Welcome, everybody, to J&C's Podcast. We are here, first time sports talk podcast. We're here to talk about everything. It's J&C's. It's J&C's. It's two C's in this podcast. We got Christian and Christopher, and then it's myself, Jacob Rodriguez. We are in here. We're ready to start this talk. We're ready. But before we start anything, let's...
All right, hold up. Before you start, I'm going to put the music. Hold on.
All right.
Professionally recorded.
Yeah, professionally recorded. Before we start, let's introduce ourselves so you all understand who we are, what teams we represent, and why we cry and scream so much in our daily lives. So I'll start off. I am a Yankee, Jet, and a Knicks fan. So that alone speaks for itself. Very depressing. The Knicks didn't make the play-in. Terrible. The Jets, first year, Zach Wilson. I don't know. We don't know what we have yet. Yankees just lost to the Orioles in extra innings. What a joy. We're also fantasy players, and we have our league. And I haven't won a championship yet out of almost 10 years. I've had an almost near perfect season, and I lost my very last game in the championship. I was 15-0, and then I lost. So that's me, and it's very depressing and very sad. Let's move it on. Christian, explain yourself.
It's very tragic. So what is it? I'm a Yankee fan too, right? Sadly. Yankees, Lakers, Steelers. So we have a pretty good history of winning, typically. Nice. Although none of my teams won in the last 10 years. I think all of them haven't won in the last 10 years. The Yankees were 2009. Steelers were like 2010. Lakers were like 2010. No, Lakers won. Yeah, I don't count the bubble win. But whatever. It is what it is. And yeah, when I won fantasy last year, it was fun. I beat Chris by like a point.
Cooper
and
Cup.
A half. Yep, because of Cooper Cup, of course. Anybody that follows fantasy knows Cooper Cup is just amazing. I'm going to pick him next year too. Don't tell nobody. And yeah, that's up to you, Chris.
All right, Chris.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chris. Call me Peter Parker. Call me whatever you want. Yeah, so there's...
call you that ever on this podcast.
Call me Peter. You can call me Peter.
We'll call you career.
No shot. So here we go. I start off with the Yankees where I cry. The Giants where I throw up. And the Nets where I don't know yet. We're still in it. So we don't know yet. But I think I'm gonna cry too. But those are my three. I won the first year we did fantasy. That was 2014. And been on a slump ever since, making playoffs, not making it all the way. Lost to, like he said, a point to this man over here, Christian, because I took the Bills out and got -4 points on a defense playing, the Jags or something? I don't know, bro. You can't make this stuff up. That's fantasy for you. But yeah, that's how it goes.
It's funny because Jacob actually helped me win that game. Because we was talking all week.
Well, you know what it is, though?
He was like, yo, pick this guy from the waiver.
But we both had two waiver each. We both had two waiver picks each that went off.
Listen, I had a history of not being in the championship and helping the person that's in there pick up players that won. When Justin was there and he was facing against Aaron, I did not want Aaron to win back-to-back because that year before Aaron beat me and ruined my perfect season. So I told Justin, I should be a coach because, the history of the name of my fantasy team is IR because everybody I draft always gets hurt for more than 2 weeks. And it just never fails. I had my first 5 picks was Russell Wilson. I forgot my picks, but they were legit all hurt for a long time. It was terrible.
You know there's a saying that says those who can't do team.
Obviously, I can't do because I'm a better teacher. Because when I told you to pick up these players, it helped be Christopher by that 5 points. And
I don't teach.
I wanted you to win, Christian, because you humble. And now that humbleness went away, so now I take it back. Oh, I wish you would have lost.
Yeah,
no honesty,
bro.
I wish you would have lost, but whatever. Let's get into this terrible game yesterday. So this Yankee game made no sense. This is exactly why the Yankees never win the division. They never beat up on the crappy teams. If you put the Yankees in a wild card, and the Baltimore would never make it. But if you put them in the wild card to face the Yankees, I'll put my money on Baltimore to beat the Yankees. And then they'll go into the playoff and get swept by the team because the Yankees just cannot beat Baltimore. They can't.
It wasn't a terror. The thing is with the Yankees that we can't, in clutch situations, we can't score for our life. Like we just can't hit the ball. Like we scored 1 run against them the whole game. And the thing is, our pitching's decent. Our starting pitching is decent. Our bullpen is great. We just can't score.
Yeah, no, it is a big problem. And we had that game against Boston, and then the game against the Blue Jays, 2 straight games. I think we were shut out. I don't think we scored for 2 straight games. Literally, I don't know where that came from.
But that's my point, though, Chris, is that when we faced Baltimore and the Blue Jays, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, we were competitive and we won and was smacking the ball. We faced Baltimore, but we faced Baltimore, who is a much worse team. Baltimore has been one of the worst teams in the MLB for like years. For years. I think the last time when they were relevant is when they had Machado, and that was years ago. So I don't understand why we cannot beat up on the bad teams. That's the point. That they can't beat up on the bad teams. They go against the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, and they win the series against the Red Sox. They split against the Blue Jays, who are 2 good teams. But then you face Baltimore and you can't beat them. You're in extra innings. You bring in Chapman, and Chapman has bases loaded with 2 outs and walks. He walked him. He couldn't find the strike zone. Stevie Wonder would have found a way to pitch in the strike zone, but he couldn't.
Again, he did the other day against the Blue Jays too.
They had to take him out.
They had to take him out. Yeah, and put in Michael King.
Yep, they took him out. Yes, the last game of the Blue Jays, because he walked 3 batters in a row. He walked 3 batters in a row. This is Chapman. He couldn't find the strike zone. If the umpire could have been Stevie Wonder, he would have known that wasn't a strike. I don't understand. He couldn't find the strike zone. I don't know what it is. I don't get it.
That's what I've always said though. Like I don't like Chapman as a closer. I don't know why they keep paying this man because he it's like the same thing in clutch situations. He can't do anything. Like when we had that series against the Astros, and he gave up the homer to
Altuve.
To Altuve, yeah. It's just in clutch situations he just can't perform.
I mean,
he's a great closer. He's a great closer when we have like a 5-10 run lead.
Listen, but in the Blue Jay game when they got shut out, Chris was there. Chris saw the whole game.
I was there. It was sad. I was cold. I went inside. Early? No, I actually, as a fan, you would have some hope. So I was there, and I went inside to the Jim Beam Lounge, it's called, because it was cold as hell. So I went in there. I said, let's watch a couple innings here. And so it was the 9th. It was the bottom of the 9th. Okay, Yankees are up. We're down 3. Let's see what we can do, right? First batter comes up, single, perfect. I was like, okay, we're starting off good. We got a batter on base. Let's do it. Second batter, double play. I said, babe, let's go. I'm not sitting here. I'm not even watching this last. Aaron Hicks came up. I said, I'm not even watching you. I'm going home.
Don't get me started, Aaron Hicks. Don't get me started. I can't stand him.
Every Yankee fan knows that when you're losing and you leave the game early, you always win.
Honestly,
that's been my experience my whole life.
But I kind of had that.
Like, screw this, we're losing. We leave, and all I hear from the train station is the whole stadium erupting.
But not gonna lie, I had that in my mind. I was ready to leave just to see what happens. But I was like, but if I leave, I don't get to see it. I should have just left. They were free tickets.
Christian, you mentioned the starting pitching. Let's talk about Garrett Cole. I don't understand what's he's not starting off this. All right, okay. Right. Here's my problem, and I'm gonna say this just quick because he gets paid for each start he makes. He gets paid over $1 million for each start. Over $1 million for each start. That's how much money he has. He's getting paid $39 million per year for his contract.
I don't think I've made $1 million yet in the whole time we've been working.
No. Yeah, he is supposed to be the ace. He's supposed to be the shutdown pitcher for 6-7 innings. One run at the most he should give up. One run at the most. He should be pitching lights out because he's in the beginning of his contract still. This guy gives up hits and gives up home runs. You had the Blue Jay game. You had the Blue Jay game where that guy Guerrero was just owning him. He owned him. The dude had 3 home runs, and then the next hit was an RBI. The guy just owned him. He carried that. That was a one-man show, literally, against Garrett Cole. I don't understand.
You know what I think it is too? I don't think it's the whole situation too about the sticky stuff is what made him good and everything. I think it's also a mindset thing. Like I think he's just in his head. Ever since the whole sticky stuff situation happened and he got caught and whatever, he hasn't been the same. It's just a mindset thing, to be honest.
That's a huge difference too. And then the next game, Severino struck him out 3 times.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Severino looks like the old Severino again after.
No, he looked good. He looked real good.
After almost 2 years out.
That was a big.
Plus. He looks like our ace now. I think we need to adjust the rotation.
No, that's too early.
Or give Caracol a break. Put him on a 6-day rest or something.
You don't give a man you're paying $39 million a break to. It's not happening. He's gonna be our ace.
You do if he gives up 3 home runs to the same dude. That broke his finger. That broke his finger.
You don't see the contract getting paid. You can't. That's like, I'm gonna compare it back to when Eli was still the quarterback of the Giants, and everybody didn't want him to be the quarterback. You had to write it out until the very end. Garrett Cole is getting paid all this money, and he's in the beginning of the contract. He's gonna be an ace no matter what. And my problem with this is that, of course, with the Yankees' luck, we signed him with the big contract before the sticky stuff ever came out. He was a beast. He was untouchable. He was up there with Jacob deGrom. He was amazing.
I think it's just sticky stuff conspiracy against the Yankees.
Yeah, but the sticky stuff goes away. The sticky stuff goes away, and he didn't pitch good last year. Which, listen, I'll give him a break because they took away the sticky stuff in the middle of the season. Okay,
you had a whole 16 games.
He had a whole offseason to fix it. He should have already got it figured out, and he doesn't now. He really doesn't have it, and it's a problem. You're getting paid. I'm not gonna switch him and Severino just based off of 2 games. Garrett Cole is still our best pitcher. He just needs to figure it out already. Like, he needs to get rid of that, like, just get it going, because this might be one of the worst signings the Yankees ever did, and that's with Garrett Cole. And we signed him to a 9-year deal, and we can't get the Aaron Judge thing figured out. Let's talk about Aaron Judge. Honestly, what's going on? What's going on here?
I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest.
I mean,
he deserves to get paid.
He's waiting for his contract. I mean, he did solo in the other. Which game was that? In the Blue Jays.
The last game of
the Blue Jays, right? Yeah, he soloed there. I mean, he's.
But you gotta look at it in his perspective, though. Like, he's been. I mean, yeah, he's dealing with he dealt with injuries and stuff like that. But he's been one of the best outfielders since he came in the league.
Yep. Let me ask you.
And he's been in a situation since he came in the league to win. The Yankees have been set up to win at least these last few years.
They've been set up to win. They're a dynasty.
He's been putting up numbers, so he wants to get paid. And if the Yankees are not going to pay him and they're not winning, he's going to go to a team that's constantly in the picture to win, and that's going to give him big money. And like we was talking about the other day, Jay, he might end up going to the Dodgers, if anything.
Yeah, but let's say if your contract is pending, let's say you asking for a big contract, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna prove that you deserve the contract? You're gonna go out there and play,
of course,
or are you doing what he's doing? And he's had one good game. I think he has one game.
He had one homer, but
that's how Aaron Judge always is. He always starts off pretty slow, and he always picks it up.
I mean, last year he started off really hot because we went to the game. I think it was like the second game, and he hit like 2 bombers. But the problem is that I feel like he already proved that he earned the money. But you see, I'm on Aaron Judge's side, but I'm not on his side 100%.
The Yankees are just scared of his injury.
No, I'm not on his side 100% because he's asking for $36 million a year. That's Mike Trout money. Okay, he's not Mike Trout. Yeah, okay, no, he's not. Mike Trout is probably the best player in the MLB, so he's not. But if you look at the contract the Yankees gave him, he'll be the second highest paid outfielder in the league. So that's behind Mike Trout. Mike Trout is 36, about 35, I believe, and he wanted 36, and the Yankees offered 30.5 a year. So my thing is, if he asked for 36, if I'm the Yankees, I'll meet you somewhere in the middle. I'll give you 32, 33. That's it.
He should have took the 30. He would have made the other 5 and 6 in incentives and deals. And
I don't blame him. I'm on Judge's side for the most part. I don't blame him because, like you said, like would you try to work for the contract? And I think he earned it. You know, he's the face of your franchise. He brings in tickets. I don't think
he has anything else.
He's a leader. He's never gave you trouble. He's the closest thing you have to Derek Jeter that we have since Derek Jeter. The closest thing.
And he doesn't have nothing else.
He went, I believe, like 3-4 years straight, making $50,000 a year, and he was your best player by far. No one got close to him. So we gotta figure out. At this point,
I think the only thing he has left to prove is can he stay healthy the whole year.
Even when he wasn't healthy, he played a lot of games.
I don't agree with that just because
I honestly think that's the Yankees' problem. Why they don't want to pay him that big money.
You know what it is? Look, I was listening, right? So I heard that Aaron Judge is the first player with his build and his body, 6'7", 280 pounds, that could do what he do in the MLB. So this is all like analytical, whatever. Everything is everything is analytics. There we go. So they usually know how long a player can last by the analytics. They don't know how long he can last because they never had a player like him before. That's the problem the Yankees are having. But my thing is, if you already offered a 7 or 8 year deal, that means you don't care about the injuries. You already offered 7 years, 30.5 a year. So where's the issue at? Is it really the difference of $2 million extra a year for why you're not going to sign him? That's just, there's something else to it. And if Aaron Judge is really sticking on 36, nothing lower, then that's what I'm going to say. I'm on Aaron Judge's side. You got to understand, you're not Mike Trout. We appreciate you. You know, you're definitely the face. You're the best of the Yankees. You're one of the top 5 MVP all the time. But if you're asking for 36 and that's all, and you're not getting nothing less, then the Yankees just won't give it to you. Now, I'm going to tell you teams that will give it to him. There's a team right across the street that will give him that money without no doubt, and that is the New York Mets. So I don't understand.
The Mets always take a sloppy second.
No, but this is a whole new. This is a whole new owner though. Like this Met, he does not care how much money he's gonna waste. He just wasted all that money on Mike Scherzer for 3 years, $45 million a year for Max Scherzer. So he will definitely give Judge the money. The Red Sox came up. That Red Sox will be a heavy hitter, and I have a sneaky team that I told Christian about. Chris, a sneaky team. Did you know that Aaron Judge lived 1 hour away from San Francisco, and there was a sneak saying that San Francisco could be a sneaky team to give him the big contract to keep him.
And the Giants are back up on the rise too.
The Giants last season was the number 1 seed. Yeah. They were the number 1 seed. They had the best rate. They were what? Yep. Dodgers won over 100 games, and they were in the wild card. And San Francisco won that division. They were over. They had more. I forgot how much was it exactly.
They're getting back up there.
But honestly, if I had to pick, if he wasn't a Yankee, go be a Giant, because it won't affect us. But if you become a Met or a Red Sox, I'm gonna have a real issue with that. There's a real issue with that. I can't see that happening. So on.
Okay, so then here's my question: If Judge leaves next year, they don't end up giving him a new contract. He just walks. You have all that money left. Do you use that money and fix your defensive issues, or do you go and try to get another ace or another starter? Because you already paid Garrett Cole all this money for 10 years.
Oh, you do, Chris.
Honestly,
because there's a lot of free agent pitchers next year, all stars.
First of all, I pay Judge, but I guess not what he wants. But I paid Judge. I try to pay Judge.
Cy Young pitchers out there.
Honestly,
I was telling you, I was like, Urias is a free agent. You got Walker Buehler's a free agent next year. You got Aaron Nola's a free agent. These are all Cy Young type pitchers, all-star pitchers.
Yankees had the money that Judge wanted. I would have went for Trout when his contract was.
and you know what? If they would have given Judge that contract 2 years ago, he would have signed it and not think twice about it. But when you wait to the very last minute where he's earned it, especially when the last 3 years, the last 5 years, 3 of those years he played over 100 games. That's amazing. So.
Cashman don't want to give him the cash, man.
Listen, man, he don't want to give him the cash, man. So the question I have is: are the Yankees the same old Yankees? No, not even close.
The 2017 Yankees that weren't supposed to make the playoffs are better than the Yankees we have this year. 100%.
Not even that. You go farther. When Steinbrenner was actually, rest his soul, but when he was here, he paid. He paid everybody their money, even if he overpaid them and he made that mistake. He still paid.
Yep, because once he was gone, they said screw all that he was talking about. straight to analytics.
I think
all
the
this
kids.
stuff, yeah.
I think the kids either gonna sell the team or they're just not doing the right thing. You know what? We'll put the Yankees to the side for a second. We gotta talk about all the New York teams. The Mets starting off 5-2. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah,
They have
I expected
their own
the
Spanked
Mets
the
to be
backs
good,
last week. Spanked
I
the bats yesterday.
I expected them to be good though.
They had a
Never
great
really
home
shows it.
opener. They had a great home opener. It was 10-3, I believe, against the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
What's this guy's name? What's the shortstop name again? I'm having Lindor. There we go. Lindor had himself a monster day. I believe he had 2 home runs. Pete Alonso hit a grand slam the other game. Mets are starting off pretty hot. But
6-2.
I didn't expect nothing less though.
they have the same issue, kind of similar to what they having with Judge, what the Yankees having with Judge. Jacob DeGrom said before he even started pitching that he's gonna opt out of his contract and he wants a big contract. So I'm gonna ask you,
He's too
Chris.
old now.
Chris, would you give DeGrom a big contract after he's missing 2 months? He's going 1 month without throwing a single ball, and the second month is to help him get back into it. He might miss more than 2 months. Would you give him a contract to come
Well, it
back?
depends because I mean, it's the cap space, you know what I mean? And honestly, are you gonna spend all that cap on somebody that you? It's like an experiment.
Yeah, well,
is he-
MLB doesn't have cap. They have the tax luxury, so they can spend as much money as they want. But the reason why the Mets owner is wasting all that money is because he don't care about the luxury tax. He's like worth $17 billion, I heard. So he's gonna spend all the money. So he's gonna pay them. The question is like if you're the owner, would you actually bring him back on a short-term deal like you did for Scherzer, or will you just let him walk? And I think the question is pretty obvious. You're not letting DeGrom go.
No.
I don't think you're letting him go.
Especially if you got that money to
think-
spend. If you're saying you're gonna spend all that money, you don't really.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it comes down to how he comes back after missing 2 months. If he comes back, same lights out, 1.7 ERA, 10 strikeouts a game.
Yeah, that guy's a monster.
The same DeGrom, you got to pay him. You can't let that man walk.
By far
That's
the best pitcher when healthy.
You
by
can't let
far.
that man walk. But if he comes back and he's not the same DeGrom, I mean, he's already 33, 34 years old. He's already getting up there. I mean, just let him walk, I guess.
What do you think, Chris?
Oh yeah, like you said, I would most definitely keep. But you know, it depends because what if he's not the same? You wasted all that money. You know what I mean? You could have went and got somebody else.
Yep.
Honestly, but it's like you said, this is like a talent that you're playing, you're flipping a coin on and going on history. You would just go on the safe side or just keep him, honestly.
I think. Listen, he's gonna come back. You see, the problem that he has, and this is where Tanaka had this problem. If you guys remember, Tanaka was throwing his ball too hard, and it was hurting his arm. So he had to figure out how to lower his velocity, but still hit his spots, and that's when Tanaka was really good. You know, he brought down from 199 and went down to like 94 for his fastballs and all his other different pitches.
It's his location.
The location came through. So this is the DeGrom's problem.
The
DeGrom's problem is that he's throwing 199 every single pitch. And as a starting pitcher, if you're throwing 6 innings, 7 innings, throwing that same 100 miles, your arm is going to go. His arm is all messed up. So he needs to figure out how to bring down his velocity, but still hit his spots, because it's not even a question. And he's healthy. The guy's the best pitcher in the whole league. It's not. He's otherworldly. Otherworldly. I think no one's even close to him when he's healthy. Before it used to be a Garrico and Jacob DeGrom. That's not even a conversation no more. Garrico is a guy. He got like a 5.5 ERA right now. He's terrible right now. He's not doing good. But DeGrom is the best when healthy. It's not even close. The guy last year had a 0.7 ERA. He almost he did something that almost would have been amazing. But the problem is health.
If he comes back,
his health,
and he's not the same, like I said, he's already old. I mean, yes, you're giving up, like you said, one of the best pitchers in the league today that we've seen over the last 10 years. So,
but my thing is, even if he doesn't do like a little bit what he did last year, and he's still good, but not like how he was, you still gotta sign him, because the Mets have a window. You have Max Scherzer for 3 years. You have this. They have the second highest payroll. So You can't let DeGrom go. I think anyone that thinks that they do let him go, I think it's wrong. I think you got to sign him, and if you do, sign him to a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, and let that window stay open and try to win that one championship because he's wasting all that money. They wasted the most. They're second behind the Dodgers in how much money they wasted. So my question here is to you. Here's my question: if they wasted the second most money in the league, does that mean that are they a championship or bust team this year?
Well, you asked that same question in other sports. I mean, look at the Rams. Look what they did last year. I mean, and they made it. They won, but baseball is a different sport, and they're not the only team spending that much money. Yeah. At least at least if you see your team making it far, close to the end, see there's some promise there.
So Christian, what would be a failure for the Mets? Would it be making the wild card and losing, or would it be going to the first round and losing? What is the peak of the Mets since they wasted all this money? What is their peak?
Wild card.
They have
to get past the wild card.
They shouldn't start
too good not to make it past the wild card.
They shouldn't start in the wild card.
I think differently.
Their division, they have to win the division. First of all,
that's what I'm saying. Like
they have to win. Yes, they do. They have to.
They're the Braves. The Braves are the best team in the division.
Right now, after this offseason, the Mets are the best team. The Braves were the best team.
No,
after this offseason, the Mets.
I say top three. I say top three. They have to finish top three.
No. The Braves are the best team. They're the defending champions. They have the same team, and they brought in Matt Olson. They traded and signed him for an 8-year deal. The Braves are the best team.
Matt Olson. Listen, bro.
Matt Olson is
the Braves haven't even started off hot though. Like they're kind of, I don't know.
I mean, every champion team doesn't start off hot. They're in the champion slump.
They're like 4 and 5 now.
They are by far a better team than the Mets. The thing is,
the Mets have to win the division. I feel like if they don't win the division, they get to the wild card. Whatever. If they lose in the wild card, it's a bust year.
So what do you think? You think the Mets are going to win the division? What about you, Chris? You think the Mets are going to win the division?
I think the Mets top 3 in the division. I just don't think. I don't know about winning it. Like you said, there's a lot of good teams. I mean, it's just
no, like their division, not like the whole
not the whole conference. I'm not talking about the
conference.
I'm not talking about the. I'm talking about their division.
So, I think the Braves are going to win the division by far. I don't think the Mets are going to win it. I think the Mets will be probably second because
the Mets could give them a run for their money though.
Yeah, no, 100%. But Philly, they're the third team in that division, and they have a great offensive batting lineup, but their defense is terrible. They have a terrible defense. Yeah. That third baseman, he was so mad. The video came out. He said, "I freaking hate it here." He was mad because they kept booing him. He did 3 errors in a row. The guy was just terrible. So I think
Mets, not like Springer
when we
booed him.
How about when they booed Chapman the other day?
Oh my God! Why we can't do what the Blue Jays did? We're booing Springer and he bombs a 2-run homer. I'm like, oh, okay, so why are we booing?
I think the Mets. You see, maybe because I can't stand that Met fans all of a sudden start talking. I think the Mets, they need to at least make it to the second round. To make it a successful season. If you lose in the wild card,
have to lose right before the World Series.
Yeah, if you lose in the wild card, that was a failure because if you're gonna waste the second highest money and lose in the wild card, failure. Now, it would be more embarrassing if you don't make the wild card at all. With the money they wasted, they should be a playoff team without a doubt.
It'll be embarrassing if they're not second in their division.
Oh, exactly.
At least
they have to be.
So you
see, okay, Christian, I
don't think any other team gives them trouble with the Braves on that.
Exactly. Christian, what is your World Series prediction? Make it early? Who do you think is going to be in the World Series this year?
Well, it's between the Dodgers and the Braves, and the Mets for me.
Okay, against who?
That's the hard thing. The American League is hard. It's right now, damn, it's still early. It's hard.
It's so early. You gotta make a prediction. So, like on paper,
I want to say the Blue Jays.
Yep.
The Blue Jays are just stacked. They're just ridiculous.
What about you, Chris? What do you think? Early prediction, World Series.
I want to say Dodgers and Blue Jays.
Dodgers and Blue Jays. don't know. Is Houston in that conversation? I don't know, man.
Houston's still in the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could be. I'm gonna keep Blue Jays in the conversation as well. I'm gonna say Houston or Blue Jays, and then either the Braves or I don't know about the Mets, man. They're that team that'll get there and they just choke no matter how much they have. No matter like what they did last time, they made it.
I mean, look at it this way: the Mets now are better than the 2015 Mets, and they made it to the World Series.
All right, so let's go through the odds. Let's go through the odds. Vegas
They
odds.
still made it though.
Listen to Vegas odds real quick. So winning the World Series. Who do you think is the first team that they have up there to win the World Series? Dodgers plus 475. Second team,
Yeah, of course.
Toronto Blue Jays plus 800. The third
Braves are
team,
top 5, right?
I'll tell you right now, the third team they have is plus 950 for the Yankees. Astros plus 950. The Mets plus 1100, and the Braves plus 1100. That's the odds on there.
That's what I'm saying. The Mets and the Braves are close. They're like that, bro. They're close. You talk about that the Braves have a big edge. They're like that, bro.
Nah, the Mets are way better. I don't think there's no way that the Braves lose. That actual, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really don't. So, I looked up another one and it shows the White Sox are plus 11. And the White Sox, and then then the Mets dropped to plus 13 to win the World Series. My World Series prediction is probably gonna go with what's going on. I see Dodgers against Blue Jays. I think Blue Jays are really stacked. I think once they get it going, they have 162 games to get it going. When they get it going, they're gonna get it going, and they're gonna make it. And I think they're the team to beat. Yankees, they're in the division. The problem is that when they go to face the Blue Jays at their home, are you going to have Aaron Judge? No. Is he vaccinated? No. So there's a problem there. We don't know if there's more players who are vaccinated. So Blue Jays have that advantage too, guys. So if they win, if they have the best record, right? And they're the home team in the playoffs, and they have the home field advantage against everybody. Every team that doesn't have a vaccinated player is not going to play against the Blue Jays in the playoffs. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Well, look at that type of edge that they have. That unvaccinated player, someone as good as Aaron Judge, just get vaccinated, bro. We need you. Just get vaccinated. Just get over with. Please, just get over with. Listen,
how long we have with Kyrie?
Listen, but at least Kyrie's playing now. You mentioned Kyrie. Now
Kyrie's hot. Let's go to basketball.
Let's go to basketball, man. Listen. What do you think,
Kobe
Chris?
is the best in the world.
All right,
stop. Kobe Bryant better than Michael Jordan. Better than LeBron. Better than Magic.
Oh God.
Better than Kareem.
All right, Chris. So
let's do these predictions.
Let's talk about Nets, Chris. How you feel about your Nets? What's going on? How you feel?
I think we have the two best closers in the league.
Of course.
I think we have the two best closers in the league, and that gives us a chance. I don't say we win. I don't think we.
You have the best basketball player right now, and you have probably when he's all right in the head, because sometimes I question Kyrie if he's even on earth. But when he's there, Kyrie is the best point guard in the league. After stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I think we could pass. Let me see. I think we could pass the Celtics. I'm like in my prediction. I think we could pass the Celtics here in this first. I just Do
you see them making the finals though?
I said we have to pass Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee passes the Bulls, and we have to pass Milwaukee. That'll be the test. If we could pass Milwaukee, I don't think there's nothing beating us after that.
That's the thing, because if I'm looking at the bracket, right, they play Milwaukee the next round.
That's what I'm saying. We got to pass Milwaukee. If we beat Celtics, and
I don't see anybody beating Milwaukee.
Listen. I do not see the Nets even passing the first round against Boston.
What?
I don't see them passing. I don't see them passing Boston. You guys, Jason Tatum is gonna go off. He's gonna go off. I don't see the Nets passing Boston. I take Boston in 7 to win that game, and it's an obvious question. If the Nets don't win the championship, it's a failure. If they don't win, it's a failure. 100%. They're not passing Boston. I truly believe that they're gonna lose in 7 against Boston.
I don't know, man. I think Boston is too. I think Boston is too invested in Tatum, especially for these games here. And I don't think Tatum can do what 2 people can do. You know,
Jaylen Brown. So like, if you name the top 4 players in that game right there, you have KD, Jason, Kyrie. No. It's Jason second. It's KD, Jason.
Oh, I was just naming them.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, it's KD, Jason,
KD, Jason,
Kyrie, and then Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
So Brown is the 4th best player, right, out of those 4. If he could turn up, the Boston's winning. Boston has a top defense, and Tatum has dropped 50 points against the Nets multiple times. I think it's Tatum's time to shine and to prove to everybody that he is a monster. He's a beast. Listen.
No. I don't know.
You're 100% right.
I'm sorry. I agree with Chris.
No. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. And maybe because I'm a Knicks fan, I wanted the Nets to lose. But KD and Kyrie are the 2 best closers. Listen, Kyrie's handles, no one will ever be close to that man's handles. He finishes. He is a beast. I understand that. Boston is winning in 7 games. Nets are losing. Tell you right now, Nets are not winning. All right? I don't think Nets win. If the Nets do win, I don't see them beating Milwaukee. I think they lose.
He's going to the finals. The only team I see giving Milwaukee trouble.
All right, but wait, no. Let's go through it. Hold on, let's go through it. Look, so Boston against Brooklyn. You both have Brooklyn. I have Boston.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Milwaukee against Chicago. Milwaukee's gonna either sweep them or win in 5. That's right. That's an easy.
I give them 6 games.
I say 5. I think Chicago.
I think I can put the bracket up. I think I can put the bracket.
I give Brooklyn and Boston a 7-game series.
Oh yeah, but I think Boston wins. But that's just me. Chicago don't have Lonzo Ball. I think they lose in 5. Chris, you think you got Milwaukee to win that one, right?
So yeah, Milwaukee passed the Bulls.
So then you
can bring up the bracket, Chris.
Let me see. Hold up. Let me see if I can share my screen.
No, yeah, keep going, Jay.
So you got Philly and Toronto. Who you got, Christian?
Philly.
Chris, who you got?
Wait, hold on. Wait. I have Philly if James Harden.
Nice.
There we go. If James Harden is the old James Harden, Philly wins that game in 5.
That's a big if. If.
That's only if. If not, I see this game going to 7 games.
Chris, accept the cookies, Chris, so they don't go away.
Yeah, I see that series going to 7 games, and honestly, Philly still might win this in 7 games. Might.
So here's my problem. I got Phillies to win, but my only problem is that Philly's best defender is not vaccinated. So all those games away in Toronto, he won't be there. He's their best defender. So that's my one problem. But obviously, which team has the best 2 players? It's MB and James Harden. So they should win that. They should win
James
it.
Harden has been looking like something's wrong with him,
they should win it, but it's gonna be harder, which is not good. Mm-hmm. Chris, who you got? Philly or Toronto?
I think that's the toughest one of the.
No, you're right, because the unvaccinated is a big problem.
I'm gonna give it to Philly.
Okay, Miami and Atlanta. Christian, who you got?
Oh, Miami.
Miami.
Not Miami. But in 6,
just because Trae Young is just he's good.
Ice Trae in the playoffs is different. He is different.
When he comes to New York, I hate him. I'm a New York guy. I'm not a Knicks fan, but when he comes to New York,
I hate him.
Like, I just love watching him play.
I hate him.
He's the best villain ever.
Did you see that? Did y'all see the end of the game? When the game was over, he waved to the fans in Cleveland. He's like, all right, have a good one, guys.
I love him. He's the best villain ever, man.
All right, listen. Miami is the number 1 defense in the league, I believe. And Atlanta, Trae Young is just Trae Young. I don't know. I don't know how to bet against them.
I give them 2 games only, though. I give them 2 games. I'm sorry.
I think this might be a 7-game series. I think Trae Young is going to really fight.
I think 6.
I don't know. I think I'll give them. I'm gonna give it to Miami, I guess, but I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta wins. Because guys, remember Atlanta last year wasn't supposed to be in the the conference finals. They made it all the way to the conference. They beat the Sixers last year.
If the Hawks would have played Philly, Toronto, or Chicago in the first series, I would have said Atlanta took it easily.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 7.
Now go back to the bracket.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 7. So, all right, we got that figured out. Let's go to the West for a second. Phoenix and Pelicans, Christian.
Phoenix and Pelicans. Phoenix, obviously.
That might be like.
I don't even know why I thought. I don't even know why
you thought, Chris. Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, most definitely Phoenix.
Now, here's the good one. Dallas and Utah. Luka Doncic is not playing the first game, and he might be out the second game. Who you got, Christian?
Utah. There's just no one else on Dallas that
there's just no one else
is gonna carry them. To be honest, Luka is Dallas. He carries them.
And if you don't have a fully healthy Luka,
if Dallas does not get another star, Luka will never pass the first round. That's just me.
Oh, well, you see, my thing is the Dallas team that was playing the second half, Dallas would have beat Utah and could have. Nah, they were lost against the Phoenix. So anyway, Chris, Dallas or Utah?
If he's out for 2 games and they're down 0-2, I think it's too hard to pass.
So now here's the question. Here's the question. Wait, I got a question, Chris. I got a question.
Games are in Dallas, right?
Dallas is home. Yeah. So I got a question.
Yeah. So if they lose the first 2 games and they go back to Utah, they're done.
Listen. If Utah loses against no Luka, Donovan Mitchell, that whole team is gonna get blown up. He's already frustrated.
He's
if
leaving.
Utah, they're getting traded. They're trading that whole team.
He's gone. He's like, yo, get me out of here.
All right, but if they're 1-1 without him, and then they get him back,
Dallas can win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
Dallas has a good chance. But Chris, it has to be a healthy Luka because he is the team. So if you get a 70% Luka, that might not be enough to beat Donovan Mitchell. He needs to be a healthy Luka.
I don't know.
And this next one. Woo! Steph Curry's back. Steph Curry's back, baby. You got Golden State and Denver. What you got, Christian? What you got?
It's easier than you think, and I think it's Golden State, and only because, like you said, Steph Curry's back, and Denver they don't even have Murray, right?
No.
Yeah, they don't have Murray. Yeah, they're done. Yeah. Golden State takes
and playoff
easily.
Curry is also
5 games easily.
Playoff Curry is also something else too. So
I
was back before.
I give Denver 1 game.
How do you bet against Golden State, bro? All the championships, all the runs.
Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry.
Listen, that's too many guards. Trade Klay Thompson to the Knicks, bro. Like you got too many guards.
Draymond Green puts up 5 points, but he's the best defender in the league.
Oh, he's the anchor to that guy. He's the anchor to that team. That team doesn't move without. He's the point guard. Steph Curry's not really the point guard there. It's Draymond. He runs the floor. He's amazing. All right, so we all got Golden State. Memphis and Minnesota, 2 young teams.
I like this one.
Oh, 2 young teams that are going to be in the league for a long time.
I love this one.
Very young teams. But you got this.
Yeah, I love it. But I still go with Memphis easily.
Memphis?
But it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be 6 games.
7 games.
But it's going to be it's good. I say 6 or 7, but Memphis takes it. Memphis honestly surprised the hell out of me. I did not see that coming at all.
And you know what? That was that was the second pick of the draft when the Knicks should have had the second or the first pick, and we got the 3rd pick. RJ Barrett's good, but John Morant is just different. We should have had him. It's so sad. All right, let's go back to the East. Miami.
Let's leave the next round until we see what happens in the first round.
Let's predict the whole thing and see if we're
right.
Predict
the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah, you got Miami against. We all said Philly, so Miami against Philly. Who you got?
Oh, we go. Where we start? Okay, so Miami, Philly.
Yeah. Again, it's an if with James Harden for me.
I don't know. I think the Philly can give. Miami, but that's just hard to say. I'm like,
same. It's hard. Like I said, it's an if with James Harden for me. If James Harden is the old James Harden.
I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't see.
You're not getting the Rockets James Harden. So I think
we
learned that. We learned that last year.
Yeah, you're not getting the Rockets James Harden. I don't know how much you're gonna get out of him. I think
see Miami in 7.
I say Miami in 5 or 6.
Yeah, I don't think they go to a 7-game series. I think if Miami can pass
if James Harden comes back, old James Harden, I still take Miami.
That's a big if, bro. But that's a big if. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Where has he been?
About Toronto and Philly. That's an if, bro.
He been eating some burgers.
Where has he been, bro? I don't even know. No. I still see the crumbs on his beard, bro. Like,
I think Miami is 6. I think Miami is 6. I think Miami beats them. I think so.
I still take Miami, but
I'm gonna say 5.
All right, so look, we got 2 different teams in our head here. So you guys have Miami and Brooklyn. I mean, Milwaukee and Brooklyn. I got Milwaukee and Celtics. Either way, I'm taking that out now. Either way, I think Milwaukee wins, whoever team they faces. That's what I think.
Honestly,
that's easy.
I you know,
as
biased as I want to be, it's tough. It's tough to bet against Milwaukee.
I mean, wait, hold on. Wait, let me ask you a question because I'm still blurry about Brooklyn last year when they faced Milwaukee. Did they have Kyrie?
One game, I believe.
Yeah, but one game he didn't.
See, that's the thing, though. Kyrie got hot at the right time, and I don't know.
It could be a different series.
I see it going to 7 games again. It's going to go to 7 games again. It's just...
Look what KD did by himself. It is right. Because look what he did by himself last year in the series.
Yeah, that's true. And he took it to 7 games by himself. And Kyrie got hot at the right time. If they get to 7 games, like you said, Chris, you got 2 of the best closers in the league.
The best
Kyrie did it against Golden State. He closed it out. That was his game.
Normal Kyrie.
That was normal Kyrie. This is Mars Kyrie because he's not even on Earth.
And no, yeah, he's on a flat Earth. He's doing the Ramadan.
This is flat Earth Kyrie.
He's fasting. He's doing
different.
Everything. This
so
guy.
I don't. He's damn. Honestly, I changed my mind. Honestly, I just thought about it because I didn't know if Kyrie was in the that series last.
No, he wasn't. It was just KD
winning against Boston. So I'm not even thinking about it.
I honestly have Brooklyn beating Milwaukee in 7.
I got Milwaukee beating.
I just thought, I know it's crazy. We was talking about this all week, and I was saying, "Oh, Milwaukee's not losing to nobody," but I forgot Kyrie wasn't in the series last year, and they took him to 7.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think.
Go ahead. I mean,
I just think Milwaukee was just they was trying to get over that hump, and when you lose when you keep losing playoff games when you're supposed to be the best, you have to get over that hump. That's why I think it was 7 games.
Yeah, and they got over it, obviously.
I think if they face Brooklyn, it could be 7 games again, but I think Milwaukee beats them. I think Giannis is just a beast. And,
he is a beast.
And when he faced the Nets the last time, he opened that 3-pointer that won them the game. Like, he shot a 3 in the regular season.
But again, the Nets didn't have
wait, I'm sorry. The Nets have one of the worst defenses in this whole playoff game.
They had the worst defense last year.
That defense is terrible.
But they still brought it to 7 games.
Okay, but their defense is terrible. So,
but if we can score with you, you know what I mean. And at the end of the day, we exactly, Chris. If they could just keep going tack for tack with them and scoring, it don't matter. Kyrie's gonna. You still, like you said, you still got Kyrie. He's in the last quarter, the last few minutes.
They have the worst defense and by far the worst coach out of all the teams here. Steve Nash is a terrible coach. He don't know what the hell he's doing. That guy makes no sense. He don't know what the hell he's doing. That guy is just, he thinks he's playing point guard or something because I don't know what the hell he's doing. He don't make any sense.
No, it's all right.
I don't know.
KD has the clipboard, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I think it's a good series. I think it's honestly going out to 7, but that whole Kyrie thing changed my mind. So I'm going with Boston in 7.
Okay, so we got that down. So now let's just finish the East.
Chris, you say Boston too?
No, y'all were on Nets. Y'all were on Nets. I was Boston.
Oh yeah, it was you that was Boston. It was you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's do 2. So Milwaukee, all right. Milwaukee takes out
Milwaukee and
Chicago.
Boston.
Yeah. Let's do Milwaukee and Boston. Yeah, let's do that.
Milwaukee wins in 6.
7.
Nah, 6.
I think it goes to 7. I think Tatum versus, I don't know, Tatum versus. This is just.
I love Tatum. Tatum.
I think everybody's underrating Tatum, and he's gonna wake you guys up. Wait till this series. He's gonna wake your eyes up. He's gonna be like, oh snap, Tatum is about to take over.
He's gonna wake our eyes up. I'm gonna close it again when they lose.
Nah, bro. He's gonna wake you up, bro. I'm telling you, he's gonna wake you up. He's dropping points. Whatever. Listen, I think Milwaukee wins. You think the Nets win? So let's do 2. Let's do 2 scenarios. Miami against Nets and Miami against Milwaukee.
Let's do complicated. Let's just say Milwaukee makes it and wins, and they're in the conference finals. Let's just say, my brain already hurts. Let's just be safe now. And then once the next round happens, then we'll see what happens. We'll see. But our pick is Brooklyn versus Milwaukee, and your pick is Boston versus Milwaukee. Let's just say whoever faces Milwaukee loses.
No, that's what I was saying. Loses, right? So then if you have Miami against Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee wins that series too and goes to the finals. I think they win.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Milwaukee's back there offending for their championship again. And
Now in the
fans are-
West, if we pick Golden State, right, against Memphis, you're going Golden State again, right, to beat Memphis or no?
that one's a little tougher. I don't think that's a walk in the park like Golden State versus Denver.
That is a really, really
This
good
is a
team.
young team though, guys. They don't
That
have no
is a
playoff
really good
experience.
team.
Young, good team though. But we gotta see them in this first. We gotta see them in this first team.
Yeah, I go with Golden State in 7, like you said, Jay, only because Golden State has the experience. Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry
right now. Steph Curry's on a different level right now. He's hot. And I honestly, if
Coming off an
Memphis
injury.
keeps it up next year, I see Memphis going to the conference finals next year.
Next year they could
But-
be. Yeah,
But I'm going to Golden State just because of the experience.
So now,
they've been in it. They've been
would
in it.
you would you pick Phoenix to go all the way?
Wish I could drag.
Well, Phoenix is winning against either Dallas or Utah, so it's gonna be
No, but
Phoenix.
you got Phoenix winning the whole thing and beating Golden State too, right? Or no?
Yeah.
They had one of the best seasons this year. They have 65 wins, I think.
I don't bet against Phoenix. I don't bet against
You
Phoenix.
see what I see.
The only thing that would hurt Phoenix is if somehow, and I hope it doesn't happen because I honestly want Phoenix to win this.
I want them to win this year too. I'm not
But
gonna lie.
the only thing that would stop them is if somehow, and it could happen because he's old, if Chris Paul gets hurt.
I mean, I think that's for everybody though, in general. If
Of
Steph
course,
Curry gets hurt,
but I
winning, the
think one of the big
Nets,
reasons Phoenix is so good is because Chris Paul is the leader of that team.
Well,
Yeah,
but he did miss a lot of the season, and
he's
they still
not the team though. You could be
not.
the leader, or you could be the team, or you could be both.
Nah,
I think
yeah,
he's just the leader. I don't.
he's
think
the
whole
leader to
team.
help them, of course, but the team is Devin Booker. That's the team.
That's what I'm
Devin
saying,
Booker.
yeah.
That's the team.
Yeah.
So they won this whole season pretty much without him because he's been hurt, but he's coming back
Yeah.
healthy. So it's gonna be good. Memphis went 20-5 without John Morant. 20-5 without John Morant this year. So the team is
that
good.
just shows LeBron. I'm talking to LeBron. That just shows you don't need 50 All-Stars who are in their 40s to win a championship.
Here we go. Christian, who's a bigger failure, the Lakers or the Nets if they lose in the first round?
The Lakers
are
were
not even-
failures. The Lakers have been a failure ever since before the All-Star break.
Chris, Lakers.
The Lakers.
Who's the bigger
should-
failure?
with that team that LeBron set up, they should have been the first seed.
I'm not even. It's no question. And that's not just because I'm a Nets fan. Let's take that out of the way. I'm not trying to be biased.
it's
The
Lakers.
Nets are at least making it. They're giving themselves a chance to
Guys.
make. Where are the Lakers at? Where are the Lakers?
Guys,
I don't even
but-
see them on this picture.
Listen,
I'm sharing my screen. Where they
wait.
at?
Who would have
I don't
thought
see an L
if you
here.
looked on a piece
I see a
of
bunch
paper,
of L's, but they're not
Yo.
here.
if
listen.
you looked on a piece of paper and you saw LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, where do you put them in the seeding?
Probably
They
five.
win the-
Probably
I
five.
think-
Five?
No, bro. I think
Five?
they make it far if they.
They're
absolutely
one or
win.
two. They're one
Bro,
or two.
I think that I think
Come
they're
on,
in this
stop,
middle
bro. Stop,
middle
stop,
section
stop,
here.
Bro, they're one or
That's
two
off.
easily.
That's off.
What?
Stop.
No.
It's-
You're
No.
thinking about the old play, the young version of them.
Yeah,
No,
Look at their
I'm not,
ages.
bro. No.
They're not a 1 or 2 seed if they
What?
play the whole season.
LeBron be playing
Yeah,
sometimes
if
though.
they
Like
play
if
the
he's
whole
done.
yeah,
Like,
what?
They're like a
No.
4th, maybe 3rd top team.
Honestly,
Not
you watch
not a
LeBron
1
some.
or 2.
You watch LeBron sometimes, and it's like,
I don't wanna-
does he want to? Does he want to play
Phoenix
anymore?
won 65 games. How are you gonna sit here and say they'll be the number 1 seed? You saying they'll win 65 games if they were all healthy? That's bad.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Yes.
That's terrible. That's
Yes.
a terrible take.
Wow.
There's only been 10 teams that won 60 plus games. Only 10 teams did that. LeBron's never did that.
Well, yeah. See, Phoenix
That's a
is not winning
bad
65.
take.
Wait, time out. Phoenix is not winning 65 games because they play the Lakers 4 times a year. So that's 61. So yeah, the Lakers get 62 games and their first seed.
That's terrible, Christian. That's a biased. That is a biased take.
It's not
And that's
biased, bro.
terrible. That's
It's not
terrible.
biased, bro. I'm one of the most critical people on the Lakers. I say all the time, the Lakers suck. They suck. I don't care. If Anthony Davis plays how he played when they won the championship 2 years ago,
But you
like
can't
a
keep
big man,
using that.
because he
keep
wasn't even
using
playing like
that.
a big man. He was playing soft. He was letting baby
Bro,
him.
you can't keep using the bubble.
Westbrook
way
couldn't
people
hit
played.
water out of a freaking boat. And LeBron was doing everything he could. He was
No.
leading the league in scoring
Chris, take this thing
before
off.
the last
Take
month
this
of
thing
the
off.
season.
I want to see this crap. It's pissing me off. He's getting me upset. No, he's getting me upset. The Lakers would have not won 65 games if they were healthy.
They would have won 62.
No.
They would have won 62.
That is terrible. That is terrible, Christian. That is terrible.
Terrible.
Phoenix.
You know
Phoenix would have been number one team.
Terrible. Oh my
100%.
God, the Knicks.
100%.
Oh my God,
Bro,
the Knicks.
You had 3 All-Stars in your team, and we had 1, and our records are almost the same.
Oh my God.
Listen,
you have Julius Randle.
Lakers would have been.
All jokes aside, I think the Lakers would have been at least 1 or 2. But I do agree they should have at least made it to 40 games.
Listen, Kevin Durant played this whole season. Kevin Durant played the most of this season by himself, and only Kyrie on part-time, and they're in the playoffs. So obviously, Lakers are biggest failure.
The East is always easiest to make the playoffs.
Not this year though. This
year was hard. Year, but it's still a lot. Look at put up the bracket again. Look at the teams you have in the West though.
No. You don't have to put up the bracket. It's the teams is fine. But
any of those teams,
both sides.
Any of those teams are beating any of those teams in the West. I mean the East.
But honestly, if you flop the Nets and put the Nets on this side and the Lakers on the opposite side, Lakers still don't make it.
Well, Lakers don't beat any of these teams.
Well, that's what their record shows. But remember, when you flip the sides to the other conference, they're playing that conference more times in the year, so they have a chance to win more games on that conference. They're playing almost every other team on the West at least 3 to 4 times a year.
Okay, all right.
If the Lakers are playing all the East teams on 3 to 4 times a year, they're winning almost all those games.
Okay.
Well,
hold on.
They should. I'm sorry, they should. Because I don't know. They should have beat a lot of teams this year, but
next time we're together, we should have 1 game under the belt when it comes to they got games tomorrow. They start.
Okay, listen. So. Lakers. The Lakers were 15-15 against the East, so 500. So how hard is the East? They just hit even against the East. They could even win more. Your point would have made sense if they were 18 and whatever. If they won more than they lost. They're 15-15 against the East. Listen, so really, how much different is the East, bro? They weren't gonna make the playoffs, bro. Just get it in your head. If they were in the East, they weren't gonna make it. They were a bad team. And whose fault is it? Is it LeBron? Is it the coach? Or is it the owner?
It's obviously a mix of all three because as powerful as LeBron is, as powerful as LeBron is in the league, yes, he's gonna have a lot of influence in every decision. So of course, he takes up a lot of the responsibility, but it's at the end that he can't make the signings, he can't make the trades.
I'm gonna change my point really quick. I'm gonna change my point. Ready? Who you blame more? I want you both to think about this. LeBron, Anthony Davis, or Russell Westbrook? Christopher, let me ask you first. Who you blame more for why the Lakers didn't make it? LeBron? Christian?
I mean, well, I don't like LeBron, to be honest. Let me get that out there first. I'm a Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan since I started watching that since 03, 04. I say to this day, Kobe's the best in the world, whatever it is.
So who you blame more?
I've never liked LeBron, so I'm going to say LeBron just because I don't
like LeBron. I blame LeBron. You know why? Because LeBron brought Westbrook in. LeBron is the GM. He's the coach, the GM.
He's another one that holds the clipboard.
Everything is LeBron's fault. Everything is on him because you brought in Westbrook when DeMar DeRozan wanted to play with you, and you told him no because you wanted Westbrook.
But that's what I said earlier.
He's balling with Chicago.
That's why I said earlier that the Lakers shouldn't have. I don't know.
They put all their eggs in one basket. That's what happened.
The Lakers messed up, and they put a team of old men.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Like I said, they put together a roster of 40-year-old guys that in their prime, this team would have beat anybody. Obviously, that's not the case.
The Nets in their prime would beat anybody. They have like 15 All-Stars. Yeah. That damn roster, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The LeBron just put together a team of.
It was terrible.
Stars.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Bro.
But past their prime.
I said it when the season started. When they got Westbrook, They should have did the DeRozan. They should have got the DeRozan.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Who was it? DeRozan and who?
I'm sorry. What?
Well, what was it before Westbrook? It was DeRozan and who they were trying to.
It was DeRozan. He was DeRozan wanted to come to the Lakers.
Yeah.
But he took Westbrook instead, which that would never make sense to me because LeBron is a ball dominant player, and you wanted another ball dominant player with you. That made no sense. That never was gonna work.
You know what's my dream scenario?
What's
for
that?
The Lakers in the offseason? They need to hear me out, right? Don't laugh at me.
I'm not.
First of all, like I said, I hate LeBron, so it's what it is. Trade LeBron, right? Give away LeBron James, and maybe give away like THT, and whoever else on the bench, and give me Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole.
No, it's not
and
happening.
who's the center? Damn, he's the rookie too. Wiseman. Give me Wiseman.
That's not happening. Jordan Poole, he's up and coming. That's not happening. So
Yeah,
Klay Thompson,
okay.
listen, I think Klay Thompson that can
I
make
will
sense.
give you LeBron James, Westbrook, and Anthony Davis to just give me Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole, and then that's it. Build off of that.
That sounds mad. So you're gonna take the three people that just messed up in one team and mess up a whole other team?
Who wouldn't take? I mean, well, a lot of people wouldn't take LeBron.
Listen,
Steph Curry doesn't even want to play with LeBron.
You know what team? I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what team would trade for Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook? The freaking Knicks. They will be the idiots to trade for those two guys.
Okay. Hold on. Would you take LeBron if the Knicks had a 95% chance to get LeBron? Would you take him?
If it means giving up RJ Barrett, no.
Exactly.
No, because I want to keep RJ Barrett. So if you say, if you tell me I get to keep RJ and I bring in LeBron, I give all my young pieces.
But
that's still hard, Jay. That's still hard.
But you have one of the worst GMs and coaches in LeBron on the team. So LeBron's gonna come to your team and you're like, wow, it's LeBron James. But he's gonna bring in Carmelo.
Okay,
Anthony
LeBron didn't mess up everything he played for.
He's gonna bring in LaMarcus Aldridge with a wheelchair. He's gonna bring in Greg Oden.
No, but LeBron didn't mess up every team though. LeBron messed up this team, but he didn't mess up every team. This is the guy who's been in the world in the finals for years.
Because before when he was on Miami, who they brought in still people who were still pretty young. And I mean, Ray Allen's not young, but Ray Allen was all he had to do was just stay in the corner and shoot. You can't. Everybody else back then was still young, so LeBron really couldn't mess up nothing.
All right, listen. It's clear LeBron was the reason why they lost. Well, before we end this out, let's just go through the NBA games today and let's see who wins. Who you got the first game, guys? Jazz or Mavericks? No Luka.
Wait, who's playing today?
Jazz and Mavericks are 1 o'clock.
I gotta see it. Jazz and Mavs.
Jazz and Mavs 1 o'clock. No Luka. Who you got?
Damn, man, we got stuff to do. Jazz and Mavs. The first game. Oh, the Jazz. The Jazz are winning. The Jazz are winning the first game.
First game, Chris.
Jazz. Yeah, because they don't have
Timberwolves and Grizzlies. Memphis is favored to win by 6.5.
Wolves and Grizzlies.
Who's home?
Grizzlies are home. Second seed. They're gonna be home all the way.
I think.
Grizzlies are.
Memphis takes game one.
Raptors and Philly. They got Philly winning by 4. Favored to win by 4. Philly's home. I think Philly wins the first game.
I think the Raptors take that one. I don't think so.
And then you got Nuggets and Warriors to end the night. Golden State favored to win by 6. Who you guys got? I got Gold. I think Denver might win the first game because they're home. I think. Oh no, Denver's not home. Golden State's home. No, I got Golden State. Golden State.
They're not losing at home.
Yeah,
the Yankees better win today.
Well, they're playing the Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy. The Yankees better win.
They didn't even beat the best cookie. The best cookie is Chips Ahoy.
Listen, man.
I like me some Oreos. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
All right, we gotta come back on this. The next podcast, we're gonna get into some football. We got stuck on this basketball bracket and this imaginary 65 win Laker team that would have happened, and then this guy's
if the Lakers had Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. They would.
All right.
Oh my God.
My name is Chris. I'll see you guys.
All right, listen. This is the newly started podcast of J&C. We just started. We'll be back. This is our first one. The next podcast, we're gonna go into some football. We have some Jets, we got some Giants, and we got a Steeler fan here. So we're gonna get into football.
Better than both
We're gonna
those
get
teams.
into fantasy. We're gonna get into the mock draft, which is in 2 weeks. So let's get ready. We got 2 New York teams with the first 4 picks. We have 4 picks in the top 10.
Christ.
New York is ready. We gotta come. We're
If
ready.
they
baby.
don't do anything with those first 4 picks, you guys need to.
All right. Listen, we ain't get into the next podcast, Christian. We gotta go. We
We need 5 picks.
We will see you guys. J&C, we out. See you later.